Who's ready to dance? I'm ready to dance. 안녕하세요, I'm Stephanie, fellow dancer, here to teach you 마.피.아 in the morning by ITZY. So, let's get started.
So, to start off, you're going to have your feet about hip distance, facing front, and you're going to have your hands just like this. So basically, palms should be facing towards you or towards the back, whichever one, and you should be having peace signs, and then you're just going to bring your fingers together. You want to make sure that your right hand is kind of under this left finger right here, and these two middle fingers are kind of together here. So from there, you're gonna wait maybe like 2-ish counts. So 1 and then 2, and we come down. So basically with the hand, and also with the hands, you want to make sure that you're kind of at eye level here. You're going to bring them up, open, and kind of just release your hands from that peace sign. You're going to circle your wrist outwards to in, and then you're going to come down about halfway. So again, all together, it's going to look like 1, 2, like that. So as we as we come down, we're going to kind of come down into a second position as much as you can, and you want to be low. So if you don't have good flexibility in your ankles, you can slightly lift your heels just a little bit, like that. And then from there, you'll hear kind of like a sh or a sh part. And you're just going to place either your left hand or right hand down to the ground. I'm going to go to left here, and you're going to bring your right finger to your mouth. So it's going to look something like this. From there, then you're going to do 2 like body waves or chest circles, whichever one. 1, 2, like that. You're going to come up, so you're now just like your upper body straight, knee is down. You're going to basically bring your hands or your fists down, head comes down, and then up, and then you're going to go 1, 2 waves from the right to the left until you're standing. Again, feet hip distance, hands can be down to your side for now. So you can also do that to the right side. So after here, you go like this, and then go 1, 2, fist down, head up, and then to the left, right, until you're standing. So now let's do that part before we go on. So from our starting pose here, I'm going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and to here. 2 body waves or chest circles, whichever one. Bring the fist in front, look down, head up, and right, left, until you're standing. So now I'm going to go to kind of the center part here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of bring my hands in front of myself, like really close to my shoulders. Palms should be facing towards the front. And then from there, you're going to reach out. And you want to extend your left hand or your left arm here. And just kind of extend your right arm just like halfway here. So as you do that, you're going to slowly close your fingers into a fist here. And just to add style, you can add a little head tilt to the right here. From there then, you're then going to kind of start to come down. You're going to place your right hand down to the ground. Left hand's just going to come to the side. And then you're going to come down to your knees. So with this, you want to make sure that your feet are behind you, like straight behind you, and you can't really see them in this forward position. So once you come down, you're then just going to bring your hands back up to your shoulders. Again, really close, palms facing front. And then with this, you're going to do 2 chest circles to the chest circles like that. Also with that, you're welcome to kind of do a little knee movement if you want to. So you can go like that a little bit. From there, you're then going to kind of just flick your hands front like this. Flick your hands, and then you're going to bring your right foot Now up. You're going to bring your right hand to your mouth and you're going to cover it. Left hand's going to just kind of come up to the hip or kind of to the inner thigh here. So it's going to look like this, and you want to lean to the right. From there then, you're then going to bring your hands kind of to your chest here, like you're holding a jacket. You're going to come out like this. So slow, tilting that head back into the left here. And then you're going to snap, again, forward into the right. You're going to cross your hands, or cross your arms in front of your chest, and then do like a little shake. So it's like 1, 2, 3, shake to here. And then you're going to hop left, right, or right, left, whichever one you're comfortable with. And you're just, again, going to flick that right hand forwards until both of your hands are to your side here. So then from here, from our standing position, I'm going to bring my right finger out. Palm should be facing front. And we're going to go first to the left. So with this, you're going to do like a slight jerk to the left, and then slowly lean more to the left. With this, you want to be sticking your right hip out a little bit here. With the hand, it's just a little quick to left and then back to center. So quick and then slow back to center. And then from there, you go to now the right. So you're going to go right, same hand movement, so to the right, and then slowly back to center. So again, from here, we're going to go left, forwards, and then right, back onto that right knee. From there, you're going to kind of keep, or you're going to slightly extend that right knee. You're going to come back down, now bending that right knee more, and bringing both fingers kind of up to your face here. Palm should be facing towards you. From there then, you're going to go left, right, feet to here. With the hands, it's just going to circle out to here, and you're going to point to your chest. Again, palm should be facing towards you, and then one pop, chest pop here. So again, from here, chest pop. From there then, we're going to take 2 steps, and you're going to slowly close your hands into a fist. And you're always going to start with the right foot, then again 2 more. With this, you're going to bring your hands out to the side, palms should be facing towards the back. You're going to do kind of like 2 chest pops here. You're going to do 1 slight hop, so your feet are hip distance, knees bent, and hands are going to be right in the center of you. From there, you're going to go 1, 2, so it's going to be like 2 upper bodies come up like that, and make sure that you're looking front for this. So 1, 2, and then from there, you're going to hop your feet. So you're kind of facing front, slightly to the right if you want to. And with that, you're going to circle your arm from the right to the left into a fist, and then open it slowly, kind of like to the right here. So again, with the walking, we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and release to the right. So then from here, we're going to switch again to the next center part. We're going to go 1, 2, and then 1 and 2. So we're always going to start with the right foot here. You can travel to kind of like whichever position you want to, but you're going to go 1 step with the right, left fist up first, then left, and then we're going to hop right, left, step onto the right. So again, right, left, hop, right, left, right to here, until you're kind of in this position. So you want to make sure that your left knee is kind of inward and bent. Again, with the arms, we're going to go left, right, and we're going to circle left, right, and then left's going to come to the chest here. So all together, we're going to go 1, 2, and 1 and 2, like that. From here then, we're going to kind of turn to face front, and we're going to place that left heel down. So with this, it's going to be a lot of like just hip circles to the left here. And with this, you can slightly lift your foot up or heel up if it makes it a little easier. So then with the hands, we're going to first bring them in front of our face, then to the sides of your face, to the front, and side. So this is like really quick. And you also want to make sure your head's tilted to left. So if I'm here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Also notice that with these hip circles, makes it a lot easier if your knees are slightly bent. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. From there you can pick up your right foot or you can just keep it down. But we're going to go 1 and 2 to here. So this is like really quick pounds with the fist at chest level. So 1, 2, slowly rise those hands. So also with the head here, you want to slightly tilt your head now to the right. After slowly rising those hands, you're then going to hop your feet together. I'm just placing my right toe next to my left foot, just like this. I'm going to bring my left hand out, palm facing to the ceiling, and you're just going to bring a right claw to here. So at this point, palm should be facing to the front. From there, you're going to go down, up, so down to the palm, and then up. And then from there, you're going to bring it back down as we start to walk 3 steps. And then we're going to do a hop. So our feet are hip distance, arms above our heads, wrists should be crossed, palms facing to the front. So then from here, we're going to first kind of do you can either step or you can do like a slight hop, like that. So first we're going to go right. So we're going to go right, left, and then to the right. So it's going to be slight hop to the right or step, slight hop or step to the left, and then just turn out that right heel. So your toes are facing to the right, knees slightly bent. You can have your heel slightly up off the ground if you want to. With the hands, we're going to go behind your head with the right hand. To the left, we're going to bring your hand kind of to the left side of our forehead here. And then we're going to strike it out to the right. Fingers should be facing to the right here, palm facing down. Left hand's just going to stay here. So again, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then from there, you'll look front. So now with the head, we're going to look front, to the left, and then to the right, and then front. From here then, you're then going to come down. So this is, I'm either following the person on the right side or center part, but we're going to come down. So our feet are together, left toe next to right foot here, pushing our palms to the ground here. And then from there, we're going to turn front. So we're going to turn to the left, switching those feet. So now my right toe is next to my left foot. And with that, you're going to do a little chest circle as you bring your hands out to the side, palms facing up to the ceiling, and they should be in fist, like this. So 1, 2, and then here. So at this point, you should have your right finger out in front, palms facing to the front. Then we're going to kind of wait like a half count or so, and then we're going to go 1, 2. So 2 circles with the fingers to the right. Same thing with the hips here. You're going to wait like half a count here again. You're going to then bring your right hand in, meet it up with your left wrist, bring it out like you're handcuffed here. Palm should be facing to the front. You're going to do 1, nod slightly up, so 1, 2. And then from there you'll come to a second position, keeping those hands out to the front. And then from there you're going to, if you want to, you're going to slightly rise. You're going to bring that left knee in. Left hand's going to come down, right hand's going to come up. And then you're going to bring it back out, and you're going to switch arms. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. Left knee in and out. So with the left knee in, you want to make sure that you're slightly tilting your head to the left. Right hand comes down and then back kind of to the front or slightly tilt to the right. So that part's just a little style thing. but ultimately it should be like that. So now let's do that part before we go on. So from our last stand up wipe to here, hands to chest, bring them out slowly into fist, come down, right hand down, and then to the knees. 1, 2, either with the knees coming in or just keep the knees in place. Flip those hands front, bring your right hand to your mouth, slowly bring those hands out, cross back in, little shake of the shoulders, stand up to here. To the left, forwards, to the right, back, bring fingers up to the face, left, right step to here, chest pop. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, hop together, and hand to the right. Right step, left, right to here. To the face, side, 1, 2, to the right, slowly, hands up. Bring it together, down, up with the claw, and 1, 2, 3, to here. Right, left, look front, down to the right, circle the chest around to here. 2 circles, bring hands in front, slight head nod up, come to second, left knee in, and back to the left. So then from here, I'm going to keep going with this, this person here. And what we're going to do is we're going to basically place our right knee down. And we're going to start to slowly shift until our right hand is down to the ground. Left knee is kind of at a 90 degrees here. With that, left hand's just going to come kind of to the side or to the back, whichever one. And then you're going to go 1, 2, 3, head nods. So 1, 2, and then the third one, just stay to the right here. So 1, 2, 3, stay here. And then from there, we're going to wiggle our fingers up to the ceiling, straightening that arm. So that arm is the same, and the head is the same thing for any person. If you're going to the right, you'll follow me. Left is just going to be the opposite. So then from there, you're going to stand up until your feet are about hip distance, arms just down to the side. And then from there, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. And then from there, one more switch. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then switch again to the right. But now we're going to point our thumb towards ourselves. You're going to wait for some count of your choosing. You're going to come to your pose and slowly rise up. So pose of your choice, whichever you want, but you're going to want to come down and then slowly up. From there, you're going to take 4 steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this applies to everyone, but it's always going to start with the right foot. Left arm's going to come out. Right hand's going to do all the circling. At this point, your palm should always be down. And we're going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, it should be 3 steps. So 1, 2, 3 steps and circles of the right arm here. Head should be tilted to the left. And then from there you'll hop, so your feet are hip distance, and you're facing inwards towards a circle in the circle. So for this, I've chosen to face the front right corner here, or sorry, front left corner. And with that, I'm going to bring my hands up. I'm going to push both of my palms up to the ceiling, like this, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3 segments until our hands are about lower than 90, palms facing down at least. to here, like this. From there, I'm going to then kind of hop and go 1, 2. So it's like a hop, place that right foot down. With that, you're going to go 1, 2. So slightly bent knees. Use that back. I go 1, 2 kind of flicks of the hands, arms, whichever one. And then from there, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 circles until we're facing to the right. I'm going to then bring my palms together. So the back of my left hand should be facing towards the front at this point. And then from there, we're going to go 1. So switching from the right foot to the left foot, head tilted to the left. Bring that right foot next to the left foot, bend those knees. And then we're going to shift from the left diagonal to the right diagonal, head tilted to the right. So again, it's going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, hands together, to the left, right. Again, you can do that part either up high or down low. It just depends on which person, but the kind of overall arms are pretty similar, so definitely just check out those videos down below for more details on those. So now let's review that part before we go on. So from our grand plie here, we're then going to go 1, 2, 3 head nods, wiggle those fingers up to the ceiling, and stand up. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and switch to the right with the thumb, come down to your position, and slowly up. 1, 2, 3 steps, hop, 1, 2, 3, arms down, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 arm circles, together, to the left, right, together. So also another note on kind of the little side parts, but from here, you can actually start going down first and then come up in 3 points until your hands are together, pushed up towards the ceiling. So then from here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, kind of 3 steps here. You can either start with your right foot or left foot, it doesn't really matter. But you want to make sure that your knees are bent, your head is tilted towards the left, and your hands are kind of in a double finger gun position here. So with this, you want to make sure that they are on the left side of your face. So 1, 2, 3 steps here to whichever position you are. And then from there, you're going to hop, legs straight, leaning forward, hands or fist out to the side, and you're going to do 2 head circles to the left, like that. So then from there, you're going to hop your feet together, knees bent. You're going to bring your hands to the back, to your back, and then you're going to do 1 chest pop. With that, you want to also bring your elbows slightly forward. From there, then you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. So 1, 2, 3 to 4, kind of like run with bent knees, and you're just going to swing those arms out. So 1, 2, 3, come down if you want to, but you're going to go 2 bounces in that grand plie, or you can kind of just do 2 bounces standing up. I'm going to show you the ones going down. The arms for the ones standing up are the same for those people, for everyone. So after 1, 2, 3, come down, 2 bounces. We're going to place our left knee down. We're going to bring the right foot out. And you want to make sure that it's kind of wide, because then you're going to slide towards that right foot. So we're going to go 1, and then 2, and then 3. So again, from here to the right, to the left, and then to the right again. So with this, you also want to make sure that you're moving towards the corners. With the arms, you're going to go at a slight diagonal to whichever corner you're going to. So left elbow is going to come up to the right side, right elbow is going to come up, and then left one more. So the first two arms are quick, so we're going to go 1, 2, and then 3 is slow. From there then, you're then going to open your hands up and bring them back in. And we're going to go to the right and then left. So again, head is helpful because you're going to always go bring your right hand up when your head is tilted right, and then left head tilted when your left hand is up. So then all together, we're going to go 1, 2, go to the left, to the right, to the left, back to the right, slow. Wait here a count or so. Bring those hands out, back in, and then 1, 2 as we stand up. From there then, you're going to you can do a little step in place, but you're going to bring your elbows to about your hips, and back to those gun hands here. So we're going to go 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So again here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, or something like that. Again, the counts are you'll hear it in the counts, but this is on the Ma.pi.A. 1, 2, 3, 4. About 4, 5-ish steps, again depending. Then we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3. So it's going to be a cross as we slightly pick up our right foot. 1, 2, separate, and then we go 1, 2, 3, kind of chest pops down until our hands are to our knees. And with this, if you're going to the right, you'll do what I do. If you're going to the left, it's just kind of the opposite, like that. And then from there, we're going to go 1, bring that feet together, so right toe next to left foot, lean over, and then bring your hands behind yourself. Slide, stand up, hands to hips, switch, hands to shoulders, and then switch, hands above head to here. So altogether it's going to 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. And then from there you can either hop to the right or to the left. I'm going to go to the right. We're going to go 1, 2, like that. Bring our hands kind of about halfway here. And then from there we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's going to be left hand first, 1, 2, until you're making kind of a curve under. And then 1, 2, as we bring our right hand up and to the top. So it's always going to be 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, and then 1, 2 to here. And then from there you'll just do the opposite. So left arm and then right, slightly bringing that right foot in. So 1, 2, 1, 2 to here. So then from here, you're going to hop so your feet are about hip distance, knees bent. You're going to bring your gun hands again up about 90 in front of yourself and towards the front left corner. From there you're going to do like 1, 2, 3, 4 pops, or kind of like jerks with your arms back. I find doing a little chest pop with it helps with the rhythm a little bit, but you're always going to go from the left to the right corner. And then from there you're going to go down and to the left and down to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left, to the right. And then from there you're going to hop onto your left foot, 1, 2 to here. So again, 1, 2, 1, and 2. So again, with those feet, you're going to hop onto your left foot, picking up that right, left, and then you're just going to stay here. So then with the hands, right, left, you're going to slightly bring them in and then out to the diagonal. Palms should be facing towards the front. Bring them in and then back out, staying in this position. So again, 1, 2, 4, and 1, 2, 1, and 2 to here. From there, you'll slide to the right, and you want to make sure that your left arm is the only one showing. From there, you'll slide now to the left, bringing those fingers up to the front right corner, elbows again kind of to the hips, and then we're going to then just switch over and step to the right, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3 to here. So it's going to be 3 steps starting with the left foot, and you want to kind of be angled towards the front right corner and moving towards the front. So with the hands, you're just going to bring your right hand, like you're a visor, to your forehead, and you're going to bring 3 fingers out, and you're going to point them down. Palm should be facing towards you. So this is like making an M. So we're going to go 1, 2, and then hop. So on the third one, you're just going to hop slightly your left foot in front. You're going to raise your hand, and then come back down. So this is like really quick. So 1, 2, hop like that. And with that, you can add a little head nod up. And then from there, you're going to go 1, 2. So basically, I'm going to do a little sit onto my right hip. This is pretty quick. And with that, the hand goes to the right and then back to center. Left hand's going to come down. Head's going to follow with the hand. So we're always going to go to the right. So again, from here, 1, 2, like that. From there, you're going to go 1, 2, 3. So it's like a hop, and then slowly kind of stay in place here onto that right foot. Step, again, hop onto the right foot. With that, you can add a little arm, whichever one you kind of want. So 1, 2, 1, and then from there, you'll do 3 steps with whatever arms you want. So 3 steps, so 1, 2, 3, whichever one. And then from there, you're going to bend your knees. You're going to bring that left elbow back behind yourself. And you want to look to the back here. From there, you'll then stand, wait to count yourself. Then from there, you'll either turn your left knee or right knee in. You're going to basically be going in towards the circle, except for the center part, of course. You're going to go 1, so 1, 1, 2. And then from there, we'll go 1, 2, 3, if you're the center part. If you want to do the center part. So then from here or here, you can go 1. Hand should be to the left side of the cheek. Right hip out, kind of to the center. And then back here. So it's going to be 1, 2, sticking left hip out. And then back everything to the right. So again, 1, 2, 3. And then from there, everyone will come towards the center in a line. I'm going to be starting with the center part for the second verse. And I want to make sure my feet are together. Well, right toe at least next to the left foot. Facing to the left, arms to my side, and looking to the left here. So now let's review that part before we go on. So, from our pose here, we're going to go and 1, 2, 3 steps, hop, 2 head circles, come together, and pop. 1, 2, 3 to here, 2 bounces, to the right, left, and to the right here. Separate those hands, bring it in, right, left to here, and then gun hands to hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, coming down to the knee. Back, hips, shoulders up above head, and hop to your side. 1, 2, 1, 2 to here. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, left, right, 1 and 2. Slide to the right, left, right, and 1, 2, 3, hop. To the right, quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to here. Bring that left elbow back and front to your pose. And 1, 2, 3, step to your position. So then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my hands up to my hips, palms facing down, elbows squeezed in, and you're going to look to the front. So it's going to be like this. 1, 2, 3 head nods, looking front. From there I'm going to go right, left, slightly bending that left knee, bring that left arm up or in front, palm should be facing down. We're going to go to the right, left. So with the right, palms down, to the right, palms down, to the left, palms up. So 1, 2, just like a little small movement, and then we're going to go 1, and then 2. So again, big circle, palm facing down, and then just kind of throwing that left arm up into the right diagonal. So 1, 2, and then 1, 2. With that, you can add a little kind of like knee bend here. From there, you'll kind of come on round fade a little bit. Bring that right hand up, and then come down to your position. So with this, you want to make sure that you're kind of sitting on that left hip, but you're bending your right knee. You're going to wait here, counter so. Right wrist is just going to come on top of the head, palms are facing up to the ceiling. You're going to wait here, counter so. And with this, you can add a little bounce as well. We're going to first go to the left, so palm push to the left, and then palm push to the right. And then from there, we will switch and bring that left finger in front. Palm facing front, left knee slightly bends now. From there, we'll go step to the left, and then to the right. With this, you're going to do kind of like a head swivels as well. Snap to the left, so now we're really sitting on that left hip. Bring those fingers kind of to like under your chin, pointing to yourself. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then hop those feet together, arms down the side. So with that, it's just kind of like chopping our left hand with our right. We're first going to go to the right, left, and then we'll throw our hands and bring them down. So with this, you also want to make sure that you're tilting your head. So we're going to go 1, 2, throw to here. So then after that, everyone's going to be technically like moving to the right. Moving to the left. But I'm going to switch and go to the center part, who's going to be moving to the right here. So after here, I'm going to start to pick up my left foot, going to the right, left arm comes up, and we're going to go 1 and, so it's going to be 2 kind of like bounces here, bringing our right hand up, step, and 1 and 2. So it's 1, 2, like that, and then from there we'll hop, again, kind of just picking up the left foot again, hop, bring those elbows up, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So with this, we're going to go first to the left, or towards the left front corner, hands in front, step onto the left foot, now facing to the right, hands out, and then just another bounce with hands in front. So again, from here, 1, 2, 3, like that. From there, I'll bring my left foot in, next to my right foot, knee straight, and then with that, we're going to circle our hands out and point front. So at this point, palms should be facing down. From here, the movement for everyone is pretty much the same, but I will be going to the left, everyone will be going to the right. Or I'll be going to the left, everyone will be going to the right. So then from here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So it's a hop, left, right, left, right, left, right. And you want to make sure that you're really picking up that right foot. If you're going to the other side, it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. With the hands, it's going to be 1, 2, 3. So just kind of grabbing and pulling back, grabbing and pulling back. So then from here, 1, 2, 3, traveling towards the center. On that last one or third one, you're going to cross that left foot over you're going to cross that right foot over the left foot. Turn to left, kind of to face right here. So left foot should be in front now. You can just keep your hands down to your side. And then once you turn, or once you face to the right, you want to have, again, your gun hands to your face. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, hop down. So it's always left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot in front. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. With the hands, it's going to be the opposite of first. So you're going to go to the right, left, right, and then on that last one, you're just going to circle down really quickly, kind of to your legs. So together it's going to look 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. So then from there, I'm going to switch to one of the sides. So we're going to be on the right for now. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be a step, hands to the head, to the left. Then we're going to go to the right. Hands going to be like this. And then snap towards the left. There will of course be someone doing the same thing but to the opposite side. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, like that. And with that, you also want to move your head to each side. Then we're going to go 1, 2. So it's either a right-left step or left-right step, whichever one. But you want to make sure that your feet are hip distance, knees slightly bent. With the hands, we're going to go left hand on top first. Then we're going to circle it around until the right is on top. And with this, you want to do a little small chest pop. So 1, 2. And then from there, you'll do a little chest circle vertically, like that, to the left. So this is like really quick, so it's like 1, 2, 1, 2. And then from there, you will, again, depending on which side, if you're on the right, you'll follow me. Left's just going to be the opposite. But you're going to basically kind of turn your right knee in, and you're going to bring your hands inwards towards the circle. So at this point, I should be facing more towards the front left corner, and you're going to bring kind of like a picture frame hands to here. So our hand's going to be on top, palm facing away from you, left hand on bottom, palm facing towards you. So it's going to be something like this, and you want to make sure that your head is neutral. From there, you're going to go hop right, left, crossing right over left, tilting that head to the left, 2 hands here, so 1, 2, close, and then hop left, right, until you're in a good second position, knees bent, and you want to lean back. Hands are going to be kind of to your hips here. Then we're going to go 1, 2, shoulders forward. So with that, when your shoulder is forward, you want to make sure that your head is kind of tilting slightly towards the right here, or moving to the right. So 1, and then back to neutral, and then 1, back to neutral. After those 2, you're going to bring those hands out, and then go 1, 2 to here. So with that, you're just going to do a little small shake here, leaning forward, legs straight, head either tilted to the right or left. So 1, 2 like that. You can go crazy with the hair, doesn't really matter. So now let's review that part before we go on. So from facing to the left here, we're going to go look to the front, 1, 2, 3, head nods up. From there, right, left hand front, to the right, left, circle around, and throw. Come up with the right hand, and down with a few bounces. Wait like a count or so, push to the left, push to the right, and then push that left finger forwards. Left, right, left, point to yourself, right, left chop, throw it to the left, and bring it together. And 1, 2, and 1, hop. Right step, left step, stay on the left. Bring it together, point front, 1, 2, 3 hops, and turn the left to face right, 1, 2, 3, hop forwards. Left, right to left snap, 1, 2, circle the chest to here, hop left, right, bring it in, 1, 2 shoulder forward, bring it out, and little shake. So I forgot a little thing kind of in this a little section. So after here, you're gonna bring your hands to your hips, and then you're gonna slightly bring, and then you're gonna bring that chest in. So a little pop forward, and then 1, 2. So from there then, so the second pre-chorus is very similar to the first one. There's like a few little changes here and there, but we'll talk about those. So after our last shake here, you can either slide to the right or left, whichever position. You can be standing, you could be kneeling on the ground, whichever one. And we're gonna go 1, 2, 3 again, head nods to the right or left, whichever side you're on. And then from there, you're just going to wiggle your fingers out to the opposite side. So with this, I'm going to be wiggling them out to the left. And then from there, you can do a few steps. Same thing here, from here. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 here. And then from there, if you're on the left side, you're going to come to this one. So now left thumb is pointing to yourself. If you're on the right side, you just do the opposite, like this. You're gonna wait for your count. Then you're gonna hop your feet together, left hand above your head, palm facing front, right thumb to the left side of your lip, and then you're gonna go 1, 2. So you're gonna close your left hand into a fist, and then you're going to circle your hand, or your thumb and your hips to the right. So it's going to be something like that. From there, again, 3 steps. Same thing here. And then you're going to hop to this position. So either hands low or up high, but now you should be facing front. I'm going to start by going down low first, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3 until our hands are above our head. From there, everyone's going to go 1, 2 to the right. Then they're going to go 1, 2, 3. So you're going to either go low or you're going to go high, whichever one. I'm going to go low and switch over to the left. Then from there, you want to place your right foot next to your left. Bring those palms together. So now back of your right hand should be facing towards the front. And then from there, you're going to go 1, 2. So from here, I'm going to switch it up by going to the right first, and then coming down together to the left. So all together, it's like 1, 2, circling down low, 1, 2, 3. So you're welcome to change up that part, or you're welcome to do the same part. It doesn't really matter. It's just kind of the places you're facing for this part. So now let's quickly go over that part, because it should be pretty similar to the other one. So after our last shake to here, slide 1, 2, 3 head nods to the right, wiggle those fingers out to the left, a few steps, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and to the left, wait for your count, and circle. 1, 2, 3, face front, 1, 2, 3, whichever arm, hop to the right, 1, 2, circle down low, 1, to the right, and left. So second course, pretty much the same as first one, except for a little bit at the end, but I'm not gonna go over that part in too much detail. So after last here, 1, 1, 2, throw, 1, or 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3 to here. From here we're going to change. So either you're going to bring your right hand or your hand out to the side. So either like this, this, or this, whichever one, but you want to do it out to the side, or if you're the center, I think out to the front, whichever one, so something like that. And from there, you're going to kind of slightly bend, facing in towards the center, so knee towards the center. Bring those hands up like you're holding plates. Bring that right foot next to the left foot, legs straight, palms together, and then 1, 2, 3. So kind of like chop, 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 either to the right or left. So 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, whichever one. You can go up high. So it just really depends on your preference here. And then from there, you'll hop to your position, which I'm going to be starting with the center part, the main center part for the bridge section. So we're going to be facing to the left here. I'm going to kind of bring my left arm down, kind of here. So it's going to be something like this position. So this next part is a little awkward because I don't have other people to do this like circle part with, so just bear with me. But the idea is basically you're going to step back onto your right foot. You're going to start to circle your left arm up, circle that right arm back and behind, and you're basically going to extend that left arm. So it's going to be something like that. And then you're basically going to end up in this position. So you're ultimately on your right foot, left foot you can be on the toe, left arm straight out to the far right corner, right hand's going to be behind the head, kind of to the shoulder here. From there, you're going to wait until everyone's done, and then you're going to do one head nod up and down. Then we're going to place our left foot in front. We're going to flick our hands right to the front, left to the side. So 1, 2. We're going to step 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3 pats. So again, from here, it's going to be left foot step, right flick out, then right step, left flick out. Place the left foot next to the right foot. We're going to start to cross, and 1, 2, 3, until they're on the same sides here. Then from there, you'll look down and up. So this is like a nod down and up to here. Hands just down inside. From there, we're going to go 1, 2. So hands crossed to shoulders, across the chest. We're always going to step 1 and then 2. There's going to be someone else just going through and under the arms. We're not going to do that. So we're going to go 1, 2 steps, and then 1, 2, following that other person who's kind of moving towards the front. We can add a little wiggle finger up to the diagonal here. And then from there, we're going to just pick up and place our right foot. Again, cross those arms. We're going to bring those elbows up, and then slowly down to here. So it's going to be like a slope, a bend, and then slowly straighten those knees coming up. And then from there, you hop, and then slowly kind of like bounce and come down. So this is like that weird creepy laugh part, so ha 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 ha, coming down like that. So that part is up to you, you can do whatever. So now let's do that part before we go on. So from our the Ma.Fi.A, 1, 1, 2, 3 to here, 1, 1, 2, 3. Shoot the gun to whatever side. Step inwards towards circle, bring it together, and 1, 2, 3 chops, whichever side, to here. So from there, to your pose, slight head nod up, step front with the left foot, left step, right step, and 1, 2, 3 pats, nod down and up. 1, 2 steps, 1, 2 steps, wiggling those fingers up. Bring it down, slowly come up, hop, ha 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 ha, coming down. So then from there, you're going to do a few steps to wherever position you go, but it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, 3 to 4 steps ultimately. But with that, you can add a little arm like that. So you're just kind of smacking that left arm to the left here. So it's like 1, 2, smack to the left. So 1, smack, or whichever one, and hop. Ultimately, you want to end with your feet hip distance, arms down to your side, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So it's like a little kind of like hop slide, like that, starting to the right, then the left, and then the right. With the hands, again, your gun hands, palms facing to the back. We're going to go forwards 1, 2, 3. So from there, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, like that. Then it just depends. You can either stand up, but everyone's going to go from the left to the right, whichever kind of hands, but you want to involve like a gun hand somewhere. So you can either be standing up or kneel, or you're going to kneel down. So you can go like this. So you can go like 2, 3. You can go down to the knee like this. Everyone should be pointing to the front right corner here. Little chest pop if you want to, or everyone's going to chest pop then. Wait a count, and then we're going to go 1, 2, stand up to here. 1, 2, 3, sorry. So it should be right, left, right, bringing those hands in to your side. From there, you'll slide or step to whichever position. You can either bring your hands first, crossed, or first out, something like that. But I'm going to go crossed to here, and then we're going to come out, bring those hands out. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 hip swivels, always starting to the right first. So it's either in this position here, or this position here. So again, it just depends on you. So then after our 3 hip swivels here, you're basically going to go 1, 2, 3. So just moving that left foot and pivoting to the right. So with the hands then, it's basically 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's always going to be right, left, right, left, right, left. So all together from here, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, like that. From there then, you're then going to go 1, kind of step onto your right foot, hop onto the right foot, pick up the left, place that left foot down, and then we're going to hop right, left, come down, like that. So it's always going to be a hop right, left, like that. With the arms, it's just going to be a cross to the same shoulders and then slide down to the knee. So 1, 2, 3, hop down to here, and then you're going to look up. And then you'll walk to your spot. Just make sure that your feet are hip distance, hands down to side. From here, we're going to go to the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Slide right, left, right. 1, 2, 3 to the right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Again, those hands are whatever you want. Left elbow back. From there, your pose, whichever one. And then you're going to step 1, 2, 3, coming to your position. So with this, everyone kind of wants to be in a line in the center here, but you're going to be doing your hands kind of at different counts. So what I'm going to do, we're going to go 1, 2, and I'm going to go 1, 2, come down onto my right knee. I'm going to bring my hands into like that crown position. And then on the same count, everyone's going to nod their head up and down to here. So there's different levels. You can be completely down on the knee. You can be kind of knee, so slightly up. You can be standing up. You can be on the sides. So it just kind of depends on which one you want to do for your ending pose. But that's it. So now let's review that part before we end this tutorial. So from our laughing ha-ha part, we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. Again, you can add the slap if you want to. Then we're going to go right, left, right. Come down and to the left, or from right to left. A little pop, right, left, right, stand up, slide to your spot, and 1, 2, 3, 4 hip movements here. Then 1, 2, 3 of these. 1, 2, 3, right, left, come down, look up, and then go to your spot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, hop, hop. Right, left, right. 1, 2, 3, hop to the right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Again, elbow back. A little pose. 1, 2, come down, and then nod up. Great job, guys. Give a hand to yourself because you learned this whole dance. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned all of this dance with me. That makes me really happy. And if you wish to review what you've learned, you're welcome to take a look down in the description box below. Anyways, I challenge you guys to better me because I know you can. Also, please do subscribe for more cool dance tutorials like this. If you haven't, that would be awesome. And I'll see you guys in the next dance. Happy dancing!